So I don't need to stand, yeah. So, okay, thank you for all four speakers. My name is Henry Feriadi. I come from Yogyakarta. So I'm currently the rector of the Duta Wacana Christian University. So I just want to suggest on the concrete action for us. Because in the past few hours, we have been discussing the importance of the collaboration and working together, and also the AAU, the Asian Alliance University, which is, I don't know when we will actually take place, that kind of AAU, probably in Malaysia, probably in other else. But I think, in my opinion, we can start with the simple and with the zero investment in our side. So if we can create sort of like the virtual platforms, so we are all agree that from Deng Xiu is expert in digital contents. And one of the important for us as people who are living in Asia, so we don't know yet closer on its the characteristic of our countries. So we don't know actually what is happening in Bangladesh, what is happening in Malaysia, and also probably from Indonesia, we don't know well about Thailand and so on. And one of the important things in the age of disruption and of rapid changes like this is we value our own identity and character. I think Asian has own identity and character, and is reflected well in our culture. So why don't we create a certain platform whereby we can create the digital contents in the form of videos or something like that can be produced by our students through the small projects in each university who can present on the certain topics. For example, the local wisdom or something like that. So we can upload on the certain platform, and then everybody, the member of AUPF here, the university, may have the access freely to that one. So probably we can use the YouTube channel, we can create our own channel, AUPF channel, and then we can provide, for example, that kind of, I think this is the beginning. Before we encourage our students to go abroad to your university, because even though maybe only few hundred $, for the certain student in Indonesia, it's still hard to support those students to spend maybe 2 weeks or even 1 semester overseas. So, but if we can learn through the virtual one, the virtual campus, or virtual, maybe the source of the platform of the digital contents, that would be very, very useful. That's my first suggestion. The second suggestion is, why don't we work closely in the research collaboration? Because we understand that every one of us in each university have the list of the study program that we have, right? So of course, we in the Bangkok University, you may have a management, MBA program, and so on and so on. And probably we may have a certain database in our AUPF website with the member of the university and the list of the study program, and including the research that can be open for collaboration. For example, I give you example like the research topic on social entrepreneurship. Muhammad Yunus with the Grameen Bank. I think that would be a very good topic to work. And then why don't we do the similar research in our side? In Indonesia, we have quite similar to Grameen Bank, which is based on the BRI, which is larger than Grameen Bank, but we have not yet studied that kind of activities on the microfinancing. So we can and then repeat this in Bangkok, what is the situation, and then we come up with the truly the collaborative works in ASEAN within certain topics. So we can then list, for example, this one is in management, my background is architecture, I'm also interested in working and do research with our counterpart from professor in architecture in different countries, and then we can learn on the certain topics. And even we can think about the journal that we organize together, and then we set up together as the channel of our publication. So our colleague or our lecturer or professor in each university can submit the article to that international journal that has been maybe managed or organized with the AUPF network. Thank you.
I think as Jae-Kook Chang is here, I think your first question is already well covered. Dr. Jae-Kook Chang is already took initiative, as I also told my presentation, globalaccessasia.link. I think now you can click and you can find out this. But I hope that you can join, and this is true, that from the Asian University President Forum, we took initiative from first time 65 university is already made the agreement in Christian University, Thailand. Later on, he took a lot of pain to establish lab and a lot of formalities. It is already done. It is already in operation. So as much as AUPF member will join, it will be more activate and more active. So my humble suggestion will be all of the participants, and of course our initiator, that he also can promote it as much as possible. And second, social business entrepreneurship also, as you mentioned. I think our universities form a social entrepreneurship club where Dr. Yunus is personally look after and moderate. So maybe he's already very eager. Just today he also organized one event in Germany, Ulzberg, and our representative is already there. I just saw the posting. So maybe Dr. Yunus can be one good bridging among the Asian University President Forum also for social entrepreneurship. So we can play a good role to make this bridging. Thank you.
Professor was mentioning about exchange of students. We have made it a point not to charge anything for students if they come one semester. They only pay for their boarding and lodging. We don't charge any fees. And of course, same thing we expect from our partner universities. That will go a long way in collaboration and also exposure of our student to other countries. AUPF has not formally started, but this can be done within our own organization. And it will go a long way in creating a good atmosphere.
One initiative we just launched yesterday is this for Dr. Henry. Yeah. So we are creating this bulletin or journal or what chronicles this to publish and ideas and thoughts of the university leaders. So yeah. So it's very short. Some only 2 pages, but what Dr. Jae-Kook Chang mentioned this morning is also here. Yeah. So we hope that this one can be a good platform for sharing our ideas and what Dr. Henry mentioned just now of only, or even though it is only part of, we can do together. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm Benny from Sukiyo Pranoto Catholic University of Semarang, Indonesia. Following what Dr. Henry has just mentioned, I think if, for instance, the Secretary General of the AUPF can also open a possibility to set up a digital platform for MOOC, and then we can try to propose, for instance, a subject that then divided into like 12 seminars or something, and then, my university could probably only submit for 2 seminars, and, everybody else will submit with the other subjects that related to the topic that we propose, one of the AUPF member proposed. That's also not the idea to support the collaboration between us, instead of just sending and receiving students or faculties.
As you will see here, we actually established AUPF version of a book about 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? Yeah. It's called the Global Access Asia. So the address is www.gaa.link. About 50 universities joined this GAA program, and each university contributed one course coursework on this site. So anybody, this is it. This is called Global Access Asia, and member universities uploaded their course contents here like that. This is actually open courseware. So anybody who are interested in uploading your course, you can always welcome to do that. So I hope you can take a look at this site.
Also mentioned that to organize some workshops, seminar to popularize it and to...
Yeah, as may, I think this morning, Dr. Jarandoro introduced you that next year we are going to have a teachers conference at Guangdong University of Foreign Studies in China. So at the seminar, maybe we can talk about these kind of issues, the technology issues and things like that. So I can propose that to the Secretariat of AAPF for that. So
No, I just add, Jacob, please. Say, suppose few students getting much benefit from this GAA course. So they will make a small documentary, which we can spread to our university student, and other students also can see that how they get benefit from GAA course. Because, that's a lot of students do not aware about it. So that is, I'm sure that's his appeal that to organize a seminar and workshop to the various university. It is not necessary to come to you or anyone. You can send the contents. You can send the contents and some material. So respective university will just spread this information.
these are the participating universities.
Please.
I think if we remember this morning during Professor Jacob Chang's presentation, one big suggestion that he's mooting is to go few steps further than just GAA, to have modules of MOOCs, whatever, on a certain program, entrepreneurship, whatever, which at the end of the day, once you complete the modules, you secure a degree or certain competencies. I think that is the goal, in line with the 4.0. Education is everywhere. I think that is the ultimate goal that we want to do.
So we hope that this one is going to be taken further. I don't know, probably Dong Xiu, because he's expert in digital platform, and probably set up a certain team, and then that students can, from every university they're interested, can upload their video from the homework, from the classroom probably, so everyone can learn from one another. Another question, we still have plenty of time. I think it's good discussion right now. I think we can't just wait, not asking questions and getting the answers, but probably suggestions and probably working together in the future. It's good as well to appoint probably somebody who is going to take the lead, not only Dong Xiu, for example. If you want to take a further lead for the next cooperation, that will be good too. Any suggestion, initiative, comments, or?
Yeah, this website is excellent as a starting point. What we can, my humble suggestion is, if this is not only digital content that we can follow and then subscribe and then learn the module and then take quizzes, but for example, this make the real projects and the real time together. For example, why don't we, for example, in the design, when we, for example, like Dong Xiu, take the initiative, this is the module that we can take. This is the topic that there is an assignment that simultaneously in the different universities, we can learn on the same project together. So I just reflect on your presentation this morning, where you have classes in LA or in the US, at the same time you just do the teleconference. Now with the advance of the technology, we can at the same semester, we can have some professor from Daffodil and then from Petra and then from other countries that are working on the same student assignment. And each students in each campus do the same projects. And then we can share through the teleconference, and each professor may add some material insight or some evaluation on the projects together. So that will be more interactive rather than following the digital contents like in the MOOCs, but also interactive in the certain semester we can open. So I imagine this would be quite interesting, because if we can have a certain topic and then we can learn from within our context, we do the simple projects in our own countries, and then by mid of the semester we have a teleconference together, or once a month we have a teleconference together from different universities, and we discuss the progress of the project, or what is our findings of this together with our students. So that will create really interactive and interesting. Yeah. So that's I believe that Dong Xiu may help us advance with this technology. Yeah? So I just contribute the small idea on this. Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone want to comment from Dr. Henry's suggestion? Or different one? And there is a lot of globalization initiatives as well. So it's like marketing around and then sending our students going to different places. That is also several things that probably we need to take that further. Or just having few and then, exchanging and then hosting around rather than everyone has one. For example, like the one in Petra, we have COP, and then Daffodils also have one. So probably that is going to be the least as well. So probably hosting can be around. That's one of the different things that we can do together. Not everyone initiate different ones. So Asian Summer Program is kind of one initiative that students can come in different places, and then hosting partners is changing within the members. That is one of the things that we can send students. At least they are going to different countries, so they're experiencing, different cultural contexts. Yes.
I just want to add one thing. Yeah, AUPF is a forum. This is not a rigid organization and no rigid membership and everything. So actually, initiative from all the members are really appreciated. Yeah, as I mentioned this morning, Guangdong University of Foreign Studies just initiated the Asia Faculty Workshop. So this is one initiative coming from them. I call them member. Yeah, I call them member. They have the initiative Asia Faculty Workshop because we see the needs. We see the needs, and they come with the initiative and also willingness to host the first AFW. Yeah. So even yesterday they mentioned, okay, the first two we will be the host. The first two AFW Guangdong is happy to host and to provide their resources to make that a success. And I believe the other issues, if other countries, other universities have also ideas, I'm sure that will be very good also. Yeah, ASP coming from 5 leaders, but then we chosen as the first host, then taking turn, hosting this ASP, but open to everyone to join. Yeah, so that's adding to some. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Can I go to the lady over there then, and then go into Dr. Penny?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from Philippine Normal University. My question is, so we are into education 4.0, globalization, and however, there's another downside I know you are aware that there's such thing as digital divide, where although we go for inclusive education, however, we know that there are some people, some voices left behind. They are not mainstream. So I'm just wondering if any of the universities here, if there are initiatives for this, for those who are left behind. Because that's very important. In education, it's not just giving benefits to those who can afford, who have access to education, but I think the goal also, especially of higher education institutions now, is to get mainstream those who are not who do not have access to education. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm from the Mountain Province State Polytechnic College, Philippines, north of Philippines. I share the sentiment of our professor here. Although we appreciate the APUF as a platform for networking and all that, but it really seems it leaves one important field, and that is encompassing almost all, in the field of agriculture. This disruptive era is disrupting us, leaving us behind. Yes, we are open to that. Hence, if we could appeal to the AUPF, because I had an idea with a comment of a doctor from Guangzhou, that even then, since it's the only way to go, that we are into that, perhaps we could still partner with these fields, those who are not yet in the mainstream, to pull them and go to pull them where you are now, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Dr. Jakut Cheng maybe can answer better, but this morning he mentioned that one challenge for us is now, okay, to increase the quality. But when we increase the quality, there's also a need now, cannot increase the tuition fee. That's why he come up with that idea. Yeah. So, but we still have to think very hard on that. How to make quality education, but lower the cost. So your concern is, I guess, is very important to address. Yeah, but we need to think hard and to think together how to make quality education, but yet with the lower price. He mentioned Minerva University, only 1/3. Yeah, if not mistaken, the tuition fee is only 1/3. With the current technology, I guess that will be possible. Yeah, but if we want to together, that's why this morning one of the topic addressed is Alliance University. We don't know, maybe that will be a solution. So we need to think together to make this a reality. Yeah, thank you.
This AUPF is already running for 17 times. Is that, and I noticed that the general MOU that spread around the participants mentioned about the faculty exchange as well. Is there any common platforms for the financial arrangements and those kind of things that has been agreed by the AUPF, or it depends on the relation between both institutions that signed the MOU? Bilateral, okay. Okay, thank you.
I know everyone is going to be busy. This is the time to settle down and then think what we're going to do next. Okay. Yeah.
If I can share a bit, we are talking about globalization, we're talking about 4.0, we're talking about foresighting the futures and things like that. I think that is this forum all about. In UNIMAP, we are forecasting things. We are reducing our programs. We are rebranding our programs. We are having to do what we used to do differently. We have to do that now. Looking at the future, things will be different. For example, in our certain programs in photonics engineering, right? We see that we need to change what we do previously. If not, it will not be relevant. It will not be what they call used in the future. The way we work, the way we run our programs will be different. So the whole process, not only higher education delivering to our students, but how we operate also need to be different. Mr. Sabo shared about some of his ways of dealing with his staff. We have set our target. By 2025, we want to be different. The way of the lab that they're doing now will be different from what the labs we're doing now. It will be industrial-based lab. The way we operate, the way we teach will be different. Will be less interaction with the teachers. Be more on telepresent, things like that. That's the way to go, right? In the way our graduates, we got to do a lot of engagements on the industries, technical, vocational, engineering. That is the way, very focused programs now. So my university has set a target that we want to change. If we don't change, we will become obsolete or something like that. We will not be relevant. So that is the forum that we are discussing now, that I would like to learn from Petra, Christian, from all of you. What are you doing facing the future? The jobs will be different. We talk about it. There will be new jobs. Old jobs will not be there. Things like that.
Okay.
Some remarks, some question with only the question. But some reflection was coming to my mind. You have been talking that more and more at the universities we have virtual labs, because the virtual laboratories is cheaper, it's better for some reason, and it is a kind of fashion today. Also, at once you can say it's cheaper, yeah? But anyway, to have, the good virtual lab is also a lot of money to pay for a good laboratory. Or you have a simple, you are using only the, let's say, e-teaching or distance learning or teleconferences. It's cheap because, in fact, it costs nothing. So one of the questions which coming to my mind is, what kind will be a percentage of the virtual learning or virtual-oriented learning and touchable, the physical learning at the university and then the schools? You have a lot of experience, from practice into the educational business, So it is a question, where is, this border which will be danger to cross? Because, for example, this morning you have been talking about the virtual universities, or let's say, yeah. It means, that it's very easy, to achieve the diploma. For example, during 1 year, 12 months, it's possible to achieve, bachelor diploma. It's working. And especially, some universities, about which I'm talking about, they are the specialists in that domain, and they are doing, the good money. The question is, so why still, and it is, a good example, we are here, you are coming from the different universities, and still the traditional way of teaching, learning is important, because otherwise everybody all over the world will go, to that direction. Another question which was coming to my mind, exactly because you are working very strongly, everybody, each of yours, your university is working in industry, so especially into the engineering, is impossible, business, it's impossible not to work with the business. So it is the same question which I defined at the beginning. What is a safe percentage of really to be depends from the industry, from the local business, and to offer own way of education? Because, for example, education is not only, the process which take 1 year or 2 months. It is at least which take few years. So it's very difficult to answer at once, for the business needs. So, for example, business needs, the profit, okay? So they're coming to you and say, okay, I need, the specialist in that domain. How many? 10. 10? It is the way to start the modula and curricula for them is rather difficult, yeah? If it will be a very narrow specialization. In fact, it is, of course, working with industry, with the business is very important, especially, today and the coming future, especially into the engineering. But anyway, what is a safe, let's say, line which give the chance for the evaluation for the universities and also create a future generation which will be available to push forward, our civilization. Anyway, I'm sharing with you with my question, as a result of your presentation, the discussion, it was morning and especially during that session. So, thank you.
Okay, besides suggestion, there is questions to ponder. How many we should go for online learning without meeting face-to-face in the classroom, and also the involvement of industries that is going to affect the students' learning. So there are still questions to answer. Do you want to comment on those?
It was, sorry?
What I think is that we must have a goal. What the UNIMAP, he told me, we must certain goal. And his goal is 2025. So everybody, we should have a goal first. Number 2, from I, we should convert from I to we. I cannot do alone. So together we must do this thing. And together, yeah, exactly. And the main focus point will be AFPU, Asian President's Forum. That will be the main thing. From this thing, we will come together to this point, and then we will do, everybody will do something. We must have a goal. Then I think the things will be successful. Otherwise not. Thank you very much.
No, I guess this morning we discussed in the plenary session about the whole person education. I guess that's very important. It's not. So that's the other sides of the thing that we need to consider. So it's not just only the knowledge and skills. Okay. Just to conclude, one. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, after this, if you are having a coffee break, just enjoy. Yeah. And also for AUPF, gala dinner is just not good food. It's not only good performance, but for us to continue our work, discussing and what can we do together. It's very interesting. The slide Sabul Khan mentioned, it's not I, but we. The word we, that's very important. So let's continue working tonight until, I don't know, 9 o'clock or? Yeah, but we'll be combining with good food and good performance as well. And another day tomorrow. That's AUPF.
Thank you very much for all the speakers. I think we all agreed with all those presented, thinking about our students incorporating IT, involving the industries. Some suggestion left remaining. I don't know whether that is going to be, this one can't be stopped only here. Probably later on during dinner and tomorrow as well, we can come up with something that can accommodate all this. Before we leave, can I just invite again the speakers to receive certificates